Hello, this is Andrew Gomison with the Speaking for Him podcast. We will be getting to an exciting show for you today, but before we do that, I just want to send my thoughts and prayers out to those who have been affected by the recent Oklahoma tornadoes. My brother and sister-in-law are living in the area right now, so while they have not been directly affected, thank God, they are seeing some of that devastation firsthand. And so it makes it more personal for me, and I want you guys to know that you are in my prayers, and I hope for a full recovery for the Oklahoma City area. Put your trust in God, and He will never fail you. And now, this is the Speaking for Him podcast.
Welcome to your Friday and another edition of the Speaking for Him podcast. I'm Adam McNutt, alongside the host of the program, Mr. Andrew Gomison.
Hello, Adam. How are you doing this fine day?
Doing very well. Good to be here as always.
Some beautiful weather is coming in to Michigan to kick off the month of June. How exciting is that?
No snow. Love it.
All right. Well, with the beginning of June comes another great show from Master Arts, and we're going to talk about that. It's their summer production. And here to talk to us is Mimi Russell. Mimi Russell is one of the office assistants at Master Arts, and she's also been heavily involved in various areas of theater through Master Arts, and perhaps even some other places as well. But welcome to the show, Mimi. We're glad to have you.
Just welcome.
Well, thank you, Andrew, for having me.
Mimi, how did you get involved with Master Arts in the first place?
Well, the current board chairman, John Miedema, went to the church that I was attending, and he told me about it, knew that I was interested in drama, and so he invited me. And once I was introduced to Master Arts, I was hooked.
I think that's my story, too. I was just telling somebody the other day that this coming September, if the Lord is willing, I will have been involved with Master Arts for a full 10 years.
All right.
And I went to Pirates of Penzance in 2003 and haven't missed a show since. So that's the type of environment and type of excitement that Master Arts generates. So I can definitely relate to that.
Mimi, will he get his own parking spot now or something for being there for 10 years?
Yes, I think that could be arranged.
Okay, all right.
All right. Well, how many shows have you been a part of with Master Arts?
With Master Arts, I think it has been 10 shows.
And has there been a handful of other places where you've been involved in theater?
Yes, I have done several summers with Circle Theater in Grand Rapids. I did Steel Magnolias there and Rumors and had a very good experience. But and I have done some theater in Cedar Springs as well, and in Caledonia, several productions. So, but it's always good to be back at Master Arts.
What is your favorite show that you've ever been a part of, either as a director or an actor, or maybe both?
Well, it was actually Solid Gold Cadillac, and that was the theme of my senior project in college was to do a monologue, and that involves these 5 corporate heads who are trying to take down this sweet old lady. And so I was able to play all of their characters, and I really spent more time on the male characters than on Laura Partridge, the lead. And so it was always a dream that I would do that show. And I had the opportunity to have the lead there at Master Arts several years ago and to do that show. And the cast was wonderful, and it was so much fun. And it was just a dream come true. So that I would say that has to be the top, but every show at that time is the favorite, I think.
It is. That's true.
Yeah, they're kind of like your kids, but I would have to say, like, for me, being involved with It's a Wonderful Life and with Sound of Music were both very, very exciting for me because they're 2 of my favorite shows to watch. So to be a part of, it's really exciting. So how many shows have you directed?
This is actually only the 2nd show I've ever directed.
And the other one being last summer's
Welcome to Midford, that turned into such a hit that it came back in October, and that was just an amazing experience. It was only supposed to go for 6 shows in June and turned out to go to 11 shows.
Wow.
And then came back for 8 more shows in October. So for a rookie, that was quite incredible. So,
of course, being stuck with a show like Midford must have been a great way to begin too, because that's very popular.
It was, and we didn't realize how popular it was. I just knew that I had loved the books, and after I read the script, I just couldn't get the pictures out of my head. And I finally decided the only way I was going to get these pictures out of my head was to direct it and to put it out there. And everything just fell into place so nicely and so easily that I think I was a little spoiled with that one.
Okay, do you have a preference between acting and directing?
I much prefer acting. I love the energy of a crowd. I like to perform. I like to feel that audience in the palm of my hand. And you don't quite get that same rush with the directing. I mean, I like seeing my vision come about. But when the audience is there and not to be able to, I tend to, I think, take off on my director's speech a little. Welcome, because I want a little bit of the time myself.
Yeah, you just got to do those in character, in a similar character to the shows that are out there. So yeah, I definitely, as being physically limited, I'm really enjoying some of the opportunities I've gotten to do more as far as the directing and being in the crew and stuff, because it opens more shows for me. But I can see how acting is really fun, because I've always been a ham. I've always liked to be on stage and be the center of attention. So I definitely relate to that.
Andrew is like one of my favorite audience members. He has a wonderful laugh, and you always can depend on him to respond. And sometimes you just need that where you know that, okay, we'll get past this because Andrew will lead us
laugh
on
track
with the laugh.
for us.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right, well, the main purpose of us being here is we're promoting your next show, which actually opens tonight. It's called Every Little Crook and Nanny. I believe I got that right.
You did.
I've left parts out of that title before, but I think I got it. And can you tell us a little bit about this play?
Well, it's really a fun play, and it's about a retired nanny, and she is now running a boarding house. And, that sounds innocent enough. She has a couple of nanny friends, and then we go to her boarders. And it seems that one of her former boys that she nannied is now going to come and live at her boarding house, but for the sole purpose of robbing the bank down the end of the street on the corner. And so we meet a lot of interesting characters, and there are even a few surprises in this show that you are not prepared for, but are delightful. It's just perfect for this time of year. It's kind of light and airy and fun, and but as I say, you think you know what's going to happen. It's like, oh yeah, okay, and that's not the story at all.
So it's the perfect follow-up to The Great Divorce, which we profiled just a little while ago, because that one was very deep and very involved.
That's right. And I think this time of the year, when you're kind of counting on the weather being better,
right?
Although realizing we live in Michigan, you just want everything a little lighter fare. And yet, this will make you smile, it will make you laugh, but it will also touch your heart. And you're just going to want to take a couple of those characters home with you.
All right. Well, Adam, do you have any questions?
Yeah, this sounds great. If you need a night out just to laugh and just to enjoy something with your family and friends, when are the dates that we should come to this?
Okay. Tonight is opening night, June 7th.
Oh, excellent.
And tomorrow, June 8th, there are two shows at 2 p.m., our matinee, and at 7:30. And then next week, Friday the 14th, we will have a 7:30 show. And then on the 15th, two shows again, 2 p.m. and 7:30.
All right, very good.
And what is the price for those tickets?
All prices have been discounted for this show, so they are $11 per person.
And just so that those out there know who maybe have not been to Master Arts, it is a very close-knit, intimate atmosphere, and a sellout is around 98 to 100 people. So make sure that you get your tickets as quickly as possible, because it doesn't take much to sell out a Master Arts show, especially once people start watching it and start telling their friends. So make sure that you get your tickets through the box office. Can you give us that phone number, Mimi?
I sure can. It's 616-455-1001. We're open 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Mimi, as we close here, and thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
As we close, can you tell us what other things are upcoming for Master Arts in these summer months?
Sure. This summer we focus on youth. So we're starting with our first youth production out in Hudsonville, June 21st and 22nd. And that will be Robin Hood and the Heroes of Sherwood Forest. That was actually written by Grand Rapids native, or at least he lives in Grand Rapids now, Randy Wyatt, who is associated with Aquinas College and Circle Theater. And then we go in July to our youth summer stock, and they are doing The Princess and the Pea. And that is not the story you think of, but it is from the Russian tale of that time. And so it is very, very interesting, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And that is in July, and those dates would be the 20th, the 26th, and 27th. And then in July 29th through August 2nd, we have our Arts Day Camp for the younger children and up through 8th grade, and we're just looking for a very good summer. And then we'll start our season with Oliver, the musical.
Yes, and Lord willing, speaking for him, we'll continue to profile these shows. The upcoming season is as follows, at least as what is coming up, and all these things are subject to change, but they will be doing Oliver for their first show. The Christmas show will be It's a Wonderful Life, which I am hoping to be involved in again, since that was my acting debut at Master Arts.
Oh, wow.
And then they will be doing Stand and Deliver in February. And then what is the April show?
The April show is Leaving Iowa. That excites me because I will be directing that show as well.
That'll be your first time on the main stage directing.
That will be the first main stage show. So we'll see.
All right, well, you heard it here first, a Speaking for Him exclusive. Thank you very much, Mimi, for joining us. Come out to the show. I will be there tonight. I'm excited, so I think it'll be a fun time.
Thanks for having me.
All right, well, thank you so much for listening this week, and have a great weekend. And as I always say, keep serving the best of masters.